Good day, everyone. My name is Emily Innes, and I am a member of Group 5. Welcome to our virtual literacy instruction training session. This session is a partial fulfillment for our Foundation of Teaching, Reading, and Writing course facilitated by Ms. Joanna David at the Turkine Center, Cyril Potter College of Education. Our group consists of 3 members: Ms. Alana Johansson, who plays the role as the facilitator and mediator, Ms. Brittany Patterson, who plays the role of the editor and IT specialist, and myself, Ms. Emily Innes, who plays the role as the communication specialist. None of us got to where we are alone, whether the assistance we receive was obvious or subtle. Acknowledging someone's help is a big part of understanding the importance of saying thank you. This is a quote by Harvey Mackay. We would like to express our gratitude to our Foundations of Teaching, Reading and Writing lecturer, Ms. Joanna David, for giving us the opportunity to contribute towards phonetic awareness. Secondly, the members of Group 3 are grateful for each other and the fact that we have completed our tasks with cooperative efforts and dedicated attitudes for this a positive outcome. Literacy is most commonly known as the ability to read and write. However, as it relates to the 21st century, literacy involves the ability to interpret and understand content from various contexts. For example, someone applying for a day job as a data entry clerk must be computer literate in order to get that job. During the course of this session, we will be looking at the key part in the development of literacy, that is phonemic awareness. We'll be looking at the importance of phonemic awareness, activities that will help with developing phonemic awareness in young learners, and teaching aids that will help develop the reading and writing skills within said learners. I will now hand you over to Ms. Brittany Patterson, who will be looking at the importance of phonemic awareness and phonics to young learners.
The importance of phonemic awareness. Before we get into the importance, we must first know the basics. So what does phonemic mean? According to Webster's Dictionary of relating to or having the characteristics of phoneme, constituting member of different phonemes, such as N and M in English. What are phonemes? Phonemes in linguistics is the smallest unit of speech distinguishing one word or word element from another. When we teach reading, we teach children which represent those sounds. For example, hat has 3 phonemes, H-A-T. Male, M-A-I-L, is a 4-letter word, but it only has 3 phonemes. A-I is represented as 1 phoneme. The word catch, C-A-T-C-H, has 3 phonemes. The T-C-H in catch represents 1 phoneme. Children need to be taught to hear sounds in words and know words are made up of smallest sounds, and these sounds are phonemes. So now, what is phonemic awareness? Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear, identify, move, or change sound, called phonemes in spoken words. Phonemic awareness is an important basic skill that gets learners ready to develop into readers. Phonemic awareness is usually taught during kindergarten and beginning of the 1st grade. There are 6 components of phonemic awareness. 1 being rhyming. Identifying words that rhyme or producing words that rhyme, such as bat and pat, or car and far. Segmentation is pulling apart a song in a word in order. For example, what song do you hear in the word cut? That is cut. Cut. Deletion. Deletion is taking a song of a spoken word, such as sit without the s equal it. Next we have substitution. Substitution is changing a word in another word. For example, the word is spin. Change the P to W. What is the new word? The new word is win. Lastly, win. Lastly, we have blending. Blending is putting together sound to make a word. Here we have the sound in a word, at, which gives us at, but. Phonemic awareness is similar to phonics, but they're not the same. Phonics focus on how sound look in writing, while phonemic awareness is understanding that each word is composed of a series of sounds. Consequently, most phonemic instruction in written and most phonemic awareness lessons are oral. Next, we'll move on to what is phonics. Phonics is knowing that the sound and letters have a relationship. It is a link between what we say and what we can read and write. It helps children hear, identify, use different sounds that distinguish one word from another in English language. Understanding phonics will also help children know which letter to use when they are writing in English language. Understanding phonics will also help children know which letter to use when they are writing words. For example, the R in rest and the R in parrot, or the M in meat and the M in mommy. So now, how is phonemic awareness important to young learners? Well, it allows readers to notice how letters represent sounds. It primes reader for print. It gives readers a way to approach songing out and reading new words. It helps readers understand the alphabetic principle, that is, the letters in a word are systematically represented by sounds. Phonics is important to young learners because early phonics knowledge is key to starting to decode written words. Children can use phonics knowledge to sound out words. Children learn to recognize how sounds are presented alphabetically and identify some letter sound, symbol, characters, and sign. Phonics is essential for children to become successful readers and spellers and even writers in the early years of schooling and beyond. Introduction to phonics through engaging learning experience can start from the age of 3 and 4.
One of the two phonetic awareness activity that will help young learners is rhyming activities. Rhyming activities helps children pay attention to the sound of words. This way they will realize that a little change in the sound of a letter can make a new word. A good way to carry out this activity is to use books that appeals to the kids' sense of humor. For example, the I Had a Cat poem. Engaging with the story, learning new songs along the way will help them stay focused too. Singing rhyming poems is another way to use rhymes for phonemic awareness. Singing will get them excited and energized to learn. Repeating after each rhyme twice will get the kids acquainted with the songs. Small and easy rhyming words like hat, cat, and bat are good places to start. In addition, substituting words for objects that the children will recognize would also make the learning experience worthwhile. When children are familiar with a rhyme or a rhyming book, they learn to predict the next rhyming word. This prepares them to make predictions when they read, another important reading skill. Rhyming is important for writing too. It can help children understand that words that share common sounds often share common letters. For example, the rhyming words cat, bat, rat, sat, mat, they all end with AT, just the first letter is different. Rhyming also helps children expand their imagination. In 2011, Harper wrote about a significant link between preschool-age children's nursery rhyme knowledge and how well they do in the future with reading, writing, and spelling words. Harper notes that the understanding of rhyming and alliterations before a child starts school is important and displays the role it will later have in this child's schooling career. This thought is mentioned quite often in literature by different authors, all stating that children knowing and chanting nursery rhymes will help them further their growth in academics. While it was originally thought that language lived in the left hemisphere of the brain, while singing lives in the right hemisphere of the brain, recent neurological studies have found that these skills cross hemisphere when activating both activities. Training children's brains to recognize rhythm, pitch, and melody can enhance child's literacy skills. Children actively participating and singing nursery rhymes, activating both sides of the brain, is more beneficial for learning and gaining literacy growth in long term.
The second phonemic awareness activity that might be useful to young learners are read aloud. The four key benefits to read aloud to children are 1. The vocabulary children gain. The language written in a storybook is rich and diverse, making it simple for children to pick up and use the language in an everyday life. Secondly, reading aloud a storybook can benefit a child's language. The words in a storybook have meaning and intent. Reading a book repeatedly and having follow-up discussion can further the child's brain development. Thirdly, the child gains knowledge of the orientation of the book. Fourthly, children start to grow and understand phonemic awareness.
For the development of young learners' vocabulary skills, we have a word chart. Vocabulary are words children know and use to communicate about the world around them. It requires an understanding of the meaning of a word and how to use it appropriately. Word charts can help children make the connection between spoken and written words. With the use of a word chart demonstrating pictures, the word and its meaning, young learners will be able to learn new words, know the meaning of the word, and familiarize themselves with it and add it to their vocabulary.
For the development of young learners' comprehension, Big Book Picture Story is provided. Now, comprehension is the understanding and interpretation of what is read. To be able to accurately understand written material, children need to be able to decode what they read, make connection between what they read and what they already know, and think deeply about what they have read. Picture book help children understand that words convey meaning, connecting the pictures in the book with the words on the page. Learners will check picture on the page for background knowledge or contextual clues for vocabulary development. They even use the image to learn the name of new objects, and this being projected through Big Book is a fun way to motivate children to want to read and to create an exciting way for them to experience books. The size of the picture helps children to focus their attention and follow the story as they are learning to listen. When we use a Big Book Picture Story, children will be able to decode what they see and read and make connection with what they already know and the new information they have comprehend, hence being helpful in comprehension for young learners. In conclusion, the ultimate goal of literacy instruction is to build a learner's comprehension, writing skill, and overall skills in communication. It is done through effective instructional programs and materials that emphasize the 5 essential components of effective reading instruction, which are phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. These are the references that we use to gather meaningful information from. You can look here for more details. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful in some way in helping you to understand how to help young learners in literacy. In the bio, there will be a write-up of all the exaggerated information of where we gather our main points from. You can view it for more information. Thank you once again for watching.